There is a lot of competition and the desire to stand out in the world. Many of us struggle with the question, how can I become someone others consistently choose? This is true in personal relationships, the workplace, and our social circles. The philosophy of Stoicism may hold the answer. Stoicism, with its deep understanding of how people act and what is right and wrong, there are tried and true ways to improve your standing among friends, co-workers, and peers. Why are some people always seen as the best option? Is it their charisma, the way they handle problems, or their ability to stay calm? Under pressure to think about these qualities. Alexander the Great wrote, "Don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be one in this spirit." Stoicism doesn't just tell us to be good, it also urges us to think deeply about ourselves so that our actions are in line with our greatest values. How many times a day do you think about the people you interact with and the beliefs they show? As Seneca said, it's not the man who has too little that is poor, it's the man who wants more that is poor. Our study of the 10 Stoic secrets will help you understand and embody traits like strength, honesty, and thoughtfulness, making you a person people want to trust and admire. When we talk about these life-changing ideas, you make yourself look like a leader and a trustworthy person to others. If you're ready to commit to this type of transformation, ask yourself if you're ready to reevaluate your habits and ways of thinking in order to increase your influence and worth. Are you ready to join a group of people who are also committed to personal growth and excellence through Stoic wisdom? If so, let's start this journey together to reach our full potential and become the first choice of others. Secret number 1. Treat your time like gold. In the philosophy of Stoicism, time is seen as the most valuable thing a person has. This idea is echoed strongly in the works of Seneca, who urges us to realize how short life is and how foolish it is to waste it. We don't have little time left to live, we just waste a lot of it. He says that we should really think about how we spend our time, because treating your time like gold isn't just about making sure that everything you do is in line with the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. For example, think about the disciplined person who gets up an hour early to meditate or carefully plan their day. This practice not only encourages a calm mind and the habit of intentionality, which is necessary for anyone wanting to live a good life. Marcus Aurelius gives us a free insight by telling us to do every act of your life as if it were the very last act of your life. This makes us think about what endeavors really deserve our time and energy, and how we can spend less time on things that don't matter. This self-reflection is important because it shapes our priorities and shows others what kind of person we are. By wisely managing our time, focusing on personal growth, giving back to our communities, and building meaningful relationships, we not only follow Stoic ideals, but also make ourselves more appealing as people. People naturally gravitate toward people who are purposeful, reliable, and wise, all of which are developed by wisely managing our time. By adopting the Stoic practice of valuing every moment, we make ourselves the best choice in both our personal and professional lives. The second secret: keep your feelings in check. How often are you ruled by your feelings? According to Stoic philosophy, being able to control your emotions is not just a trait, it's a basic skill for finding peace and strength. Stoics teach us that we can choose how to respond to things that happen to us, but not always what happens to us. A principle very clearly: example. Epicurus, who was born into slavery but became one of the most important Stoic philosophers, said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it." This philosophy helps us stay calm and make good decisions even when things go wrong. For example, the CEO who stays calm during a company crisis, or the athlete who doesn't let a bad performance affect their next game are both modern examples of Stoic principles that show that success often depends on more than just skills or knowledge. This wise saying comes from Marcus Aurelius, who was also a well-known Stoic. You control your mind, not what happens in the outside world. If you understand this, you will find strength. This insight makes us think about our own lives. What makes us feel bad, and how can we deal with these problems more thoughtfully? Not only is emotional mastery important for our own peace, it also affects how other people see and connect with us. People are drawn to those who can deal with stress well and keep the peace during rough times. We can improve our relationships, do better at work, and set a good example by controlling our emotions in a calm way. In the comments below, please share your experiences or problems with controlling your feelings. How have you used or might you use Stoic principles to better control your emotions? Take this tough advice to heart and use it every day to find peace, happiness, and success. Secret number 3. Let's talk about this journey of emotional mastery and grow together. Make your own happiness. Not much is needed to be happy. All you need is to change the way you think. This deep thought from Marcus Aurelius sums up what Stoic happiness is all about. Stoicism teaches that happiness doesn't come from things or situations outside of oneself, but from one's inner state and the choice to keep a happy attitude no matter what. Think about Epicurus, who was born into slavery but found deep happiness by focusing on his inner life and how he controlled his reactions instead of what was going on around him. How often do we let our circumstances decide our happiness? Can we be pleased with ourselves despite the chaos around us? Stoics say that the only way to be truly happy is to accept what we can't change and work hard at being good at the things we can. This theory is especially important in today's world, where outside stresses and materialism can make it hard to find inner peace. By adopting a mindset that finds value in simplicity and self-sufficiency, we give ourselves the tools we need to find lasting happiness. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, says, "If you want to be loved, love." This sentence makes the point that you can improve your own happiness and sense of fulfillment by being generous and kind to others. This is an active part you should play in shaping your emotional well-being. On your journey to happiness, think about how you could shift your attention from what other people think to building up your inner power and happiness. I want you to use these Stoic lessons to deal with life's problems with a happy and calm heart. Take this advice to heart if you want to live a life full of success, peace, and deep happiness. Let's talk more about how you could use these ideas in your daily life in the comments section below. Let's start by talking about how to make ourselves happy. Now we'll talk about an important part of Stoic philosophy, showing the world how valuable and important we are. Fourth secret: prove how important you are. Stoicism teaches that our worth doesn't come from material things or praise, but from living a good life. So how can we show how important we are in a world that often rates success by how much stuff someone has? Think of Kerr the Younger was a Stoic who was known for sticking to his principles no matter what. His importance didn't come from his political position or wealth, but from how he stuck to his Stoic values even when he was under a lot of political pressure. This shows us that our true significance comes from how strongly we stand by our principles and help those around us. What steps can you take to live more authentically and make sure your actions are in line with your deepest values? Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." How might this change affect your sense of self-worth and how others see your worth? This strong statement tells us to picture our perfect selves and act accordingly, emphasizing that our worth is based on our actions and honesty, not just our words or intentions. As you think about your own journey to prove your worth, think about the virtues you most admire and how you can more fully embody them. I encourage you to follow these Stoic principles to improve not only your sense of personal significance, but also your ability to make a positive difference in the world. Use these insights to live a life full of purpose, peace, and happiness, demonstrating your true significance through every action you take. More than others, capture our attention. Stoicism says that real beauty comes from more than just how someone looks. It comes from how deeply they are committed to their beliefs and how clear their character is. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, is a great example because he was known not only for his power, but also for his goodness and knowledge. Aurelius wowed those around him with his strength and care, especially during rough times. In his meditations he wrote about this. Because he is a man of high and brave temper, a man can handle one heavy misfortune after another without losing his cool. This shows the beauty of his soul. How can we have such a heroic temper in our daily lives? According to Stoicism, being compelling means developing traits like self-control, justice, courage, and wisdom that naturally draw others to us. Think about someone you find truly compelling. What traits do they show that attract you? Often, it's their ability to stay calm in a storm, their willingness to listen deeply, or their unwavering commitment to their values that stand out. Someone else, famous for being stoic, made this point clear when he said, "As a story, so is life. What matters is not how long it is, but how good it is." We can apply this to our search for beauty. It's not about how much we show off, but how we can really help other people. This tough attitude makes us want to go beyond superficial allure and focus on deepening our character. How can you develop these Stoic traits in yourself to make yourself more appealing? What changes could you make to not only make yourself more attractive, but also make your interactions with others better? Let's talk about how we can use these ancient lessons to live lives that are not only successful, but also incredibly attractive. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We've found 5 secrets in Stoic wisdom that will help you become a top choice for those around you. Your participation motivates us to bring Stoic philosophy to more people. Please help us spread Stoic philosophy by liking and sharing this video and continuing to follow the other 5 secrets on your meaningful journey. Today's journey, secret number 6. Choose your own road as you go through life's many options. How do we find the road that is truly ours? Stoic philosophy gives us a deep framework for this, stressing how important it is to live in harmony with nature and our own rational processes. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born into slavery but found great freedom in his own life, tells us that only learned people are free. This sentence shows how important personal philosophy is in deciding our path, not just in terms of job or goals, but also in our growth as moral and logical beings. Determining your own path involves more than just doing what other people want you to do. It also means getting to know your own virtues and how they relate to the things you do. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius thought that our paths should be guided not by outside rewards, but by our own resolve to live a good life. How often do we stop and think about whether the things we do every day are really us? Are we pursuing goals that are important to us, or are we just following a plan someone else wrote? Plenty of examples can be found in history, like Cato the Younger, who stuck to his beliefs, even when he was up against the powerful Caesar. Julius II. Cato's life shows how to stick to your own morals instead of what other people expect of you or what you can get right away. His story makes us think about the decisions we've made. Are our principles as strong, and are they leading us down a path that is truly our own? As you think about the direction of your life, think about what it means to live true to your highest self. Align your actions with your deepest values and watch as a path that is clearly your own emerges. Adopt these Stoic insights to create a life that is not only successful, but also filled with deep peace and happiness. Set your course with honesty and let your life show what you value. How can we make sure that our plans and ideas not only connect with others, but also reflect our core beliefs? As a way to successfully lead and influence others, Stoic philosophy stresses the importance of clear and honest communication. This is also the seventh secret that Stoicism wants you to understand if you want to be the first person people choose. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, shows this through his many writings and conversations. He thought that sharing wisdom wasn't just an academic exercise, but also a useful way to make people's lives better. While we teach, we learn, he said, emphasizing the two benefits of sharing ideas. Imagine a leader or coach whose clear communication not only guides but also motivates their team. Their ability to explain their vision and make sure it fits with their values can turn a simple plan into a mission that matters how frequently you check your writing to make sure it accurately shows your goals and principles. Do your words connect with people, or do they fall flat? Stoicism tells us that wisdom doesn't just happen, it thrives on exchange. Marcus Aurelius's meditations are a personal testament to this, revealing his philosophical and mental questions as if he were talking to himself and, ultimately, to us, his readers. His reflections make us think about what happens when we share our own ideas in an open and thoughtful way. As you move forward, take a moment to think about how well you communicate your plans and ideas. Are they based on the Stoic virtues of wisdom? Bravery, fair play, and moderation. Discuss your ideas carefully and make sure they are understood in a way that promotes peace, happiness, and success in your community. What will you do to improve the way you tell the world about your vision? Secret number 8. Know your worth. Stoic thought, according to the Stoics, can shed light on the deep journey of finding one's true value. Our worth isn't based on what other people say about us. It's based on our commitment to virtue and the living story Titus, whose strength in the face of hardship has inspired many. Shows us that how we respond to life's events is more important than the events themselves. He reportedly said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react." The idea behind this is that our real worth comes from our ability to be honest and good no matter what. Marcus Aurelius, another example of Stoic virtue, showed this through his rule as Roman emperor. He consistently applied Stoic principles to govern wisely and fairly, despite the huge pressures and temptations of absolute power. His dedication to Stoic ethics, especially justice and temperance, showed that real value comes from within and shows itself through our actions and choices. His writings make us think about whether our daily actions match the virtues we value. This Stoic view of value helps us build self-respect and genuine self-esteem that don't depend on things or praise, but on living a life that is in line with our deepest values. By striving to be wise, brave, just, and temperate, we can not only improve our own lives, but also have a positive effect on those around us. As you think about your own value, think about how you can get these Stoic traits to work better in your life. What specific steps can you take today to live more honestly and respect your own worth? Follow these rules to create a life that is not only successful on the outside, but also peaceful and happy on the inside. How might a stronger devotion to Stoic ideals change your self-esteem and the way you treat other people? Your thoughts could help someone, so please share them in the comments with the secret number. 9. Putting yourself first is an important part of living a balanced and satisfying life. The Stoic philosophy tells us to sometimes put ourselves first, but not in the way you might think. It's not about being selfish. It's about making sure we are mentally and emotionally ready to deal with life's challenges and to serve others well. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher famous for his useful life advices, shows this with his words, "Take care of yourself like you would a beloved garden. Your morals are the flowers that need to be tended to." When do you find the time to do this? Stoicism teaches that taking care of ourselves is important for building resilience and wisdom so that we can make a good difference in the world. Marcus Aurelius wrote a lot about how important it was to take care of one's own mental and spiritual growth, which he saw as a key part of doing one's duties in an honest and useful way. He practiced meditation, reflection, and self-discipline, all of which are ways of putting oneself first that are meant to improve one's ability to live by Stoic virtues. Take Cato the Younger as an example. He often chose to be alone in the midst of Roman politics to think about and recommit to Stoic principles. This was his way of putting himself first and letting him keep his integrity in the face of outside pressures. As you deal with the difficulties of modern life, think about how putting yourself first in a calm way can help you. Prioritizing self-care and personal growth can help you have better relationships and live a more meaningful life. Embracing Stoic practices of self-care and personal growth not only makes you happier and more at peace with yourself, but it also makes others see you as a strong and reliable person. By focusing on your own development, you naturally raise your standing as someone who is always the first choice in both personal and professional situations. 10th secret: motivate others. As we look into the last trick to motivating others. When we think about how Stoic thought can help us grow as people and also help those around us, it's important to remember Stoicism says that one of the best things about being a good person is being able to set a good example by being consistent in your deeds and wise in your words. Marcus Aurelius, a model of virtue in the Stoic tradition, led by example, showing that being a real leader means inspiring others through honesty and toughness. His thoughts make us think about what qualities in other people inspire me. How can I show these traits? Think about the impact of Epictetus, whose lessons have encouraged many people to see hardship as a way to grow by seeing problems as chances to show virtue. Encourage those around us to adopt a similar attitude. This not only makes us stronger, but it also encourages others to keep going through their problems as you follow these Stoic principles. Think about how your actions and attitudes can serve as an example for others. Are there certain virtues you can work on to make your influence as a role model stronger? By striving to inspire through our dedication to Stoic values, we become the first choice for others, not only as leaders, but also as trusted companions on life's journey. What steps will you take today to inspire those around you on our journey through the 10 secrets to become the first choice of others? The Stoic qualities that make people stand out again are integrity, resilience, and calmness. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little that is poor, it is the man who wants more that is poor." If we follow these Stoic principles, we can make our lives better and become examples of trust and inspiration for others. Each Stoic secret leads to a life not only full of success, but also deep fulfillment and peace. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to like it and leave a comment with your thoughts. Let's share this information with everyone so that it can spread widely. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel so that we can learn and grow together every day through Stoicism. We look forward to sharing more with you in future videos.